I'm not a big fan of how cats, like, they got their litter box and then they have to walk around the house and stuff after they go. So I wish they were like potty trained to just go out and then come back inside, but mine would just run off.
In the Freak Nation, Levi Kitchen, Supercross pilot, joining us here in the Freak Nation. Of course, Denver this weekend. East Rutherford continues to be very topical. But something we learned from Levi before we went live was the fact that he's a cat lover. Are you a cat lover, or do you just put up with cats since you have a cat, Levi?
Well, I was definitely not into cats at all. And then I wanted a dog, and I can barely take care of myself. So I was like, I'll get a cat. And he's been cool. He's like a dog, honestly. He's pretty chill. He's not your average cat. So it's pretty awesome.
Well, with you on the road so often, we're probably the same way, where we probably have one or two dogs. But, bro, if you're on the road like you are, or we are traveling all these different races, man, a dog takes a lot of damn time, a lot of poop cleaning out there in the grass.
Exactly, yeah. And I just couldn't I didn't want to leave a dog at home either. And, like, cats, they do pretty well by themselves. So it wasn't too big of a deal.
I know you didn't expect to do this right out of the gate, but and one last thing when it comes to animals, I picked up my first dog poop in a long time about 2 weeks ago, and I thought, you know what?
Lovely information.
This is why I don't have a damn dog, because it's the size of a freaking bear.
Yeah. Yeah, although I will say I'm not a big fan of how cats, like, they got their litter box and then they have to walk around the house and stuff after they go. So I wish they were like potty trained to just go out and then come back inside, but mine would just run off. So
that's awesome.
Or like the movie, what was it, Meet the Fockers, in which the cats use the toilet, or what was it, Mr. Tickles, Mr. Jingles, I forget what that cat was, use the toilet.
Yeah, that would be pretty cool.
All right, Levi Kitchen, Supercross pilot 250s, joining us here in the Freak Nation. And Levi, let's just get this out of the way. I'm looking at you right now. It looks like you still might have some residue from East Rutherford somewhere in your eyes there. And in all seriousness, when you run a wet, muddy race like that, does it take you a while to get all the dirt out of the crevices in your body?
Yeah, no, it definitely, it took a while. And I pretty much threw away everything that I wore that night. It was all destroyed. So, it was quite the adventure, I will say.
Levi, hold on a second. You're essentially in contract times right now. You don't throw things like that away. Those are money makers. You eBay that crap and you make some money and you say, listen, my contracts need to equal what I just made on eBay.
Yeah, no, we can't be doing that. We'd get in trouble.
Oh, would you seriously?
Yeah. No, we can't sell anything that we, because it's all given to us for free. So it'd be a little wrong, I think, I think people have thought about it. I'm sure it's been done, but it's definitely not the right thing to do.
Okay, well, that's kind of another interesting thing then for me, because you guys are very generous in motorsports. You guys give away some things. I've seen hats, I've seen gloves, I've seen lots of things thrown up into the audience, and then those people just go and sell it. Does that affect you? Does that kind of tick you off?
Yeah. I've had that happen with jerseys and stuff. And wow, we almost just hit a little kid.
Okay.
Oh, hey now.
So yeah, I've had that happen with jerseys. I'll give them out, and then you see them on eBay or something the next day, and they're they're trying to sell them. So it's definitely hard to read people, whether they really want it, to keep, or if they want it to make some money off of. So. Well,
yeah, I'm a hoarder. So if you ever give me anything, just know that I'm keeping that thing. I'm just going to put it out there. No, but I do want to talk, Levi, about this contract time. Is that stressful or distracting to you, because you're getting offers elsewhere and you could end up anywhere next year? Or is there a little bit of, hey, look at me, I'm deserving to be in this position now. I can pretty much have my choice of where to go come 2024.
Definitely when I was like in an amateur position where I didn't have a ride yet and I needed one, you were thinking about that stuff. But now knowing like, once people are interested, I don't think, they've seen what you've done, and I think you kind of proved yourself at that point. So going back to like New Jersey, I did pretty terrible there. But I knew it didn't really affect too much. I mean, it was a muddy mess. So no, I try not to think about that stuff too much.
that has to be a relief. That's
Yeah.
You've got to that point now in your career where it's like, yay. Now, past results, the entire resume comes into consideration, and there is a bit of relief to that.
Yeah, exactly. Yes.
Levi Kitchen joining us here in the Freak Nation, 250 champion, getting ready for the outdoors as well. I would imagine that Washougal would be the track that you look most forward to. However, after talking to riders and drivers over the last 20 plus years, sometimes they say, no, the home track is not beneficial to me because every damn bastard comes out and wants free tickets and passes and so forth to come hang with their driver and the rider.
Yeah, that is definitely true. There's a lot of distractions at the home race as far as just people that, you meet a lot of people growing up, obviously, around a local track, especially as big as Washougal, and they all, they think you're best friends, and they'll all be reaching out. So it's definitely a little hard to deal with, but it's also cool, like having a big fan base like that and everything. I do look forward to Washougal. I think I'll do well on that track. Although I've been on the East Coast, the last few years, so the dirt's definitely different, but no, I'm looking forward to it.
You bring up a very, very good point. You may not be familiar with the legendary guitar player Stevie Ray Vaughan, but back when I was growing up in Dallas and I was working for a radio station, when Stevie Ray Vaughan would come through town, there would be dudes that would call me up that I whooped their ass in high school 10, 15 years beforehand to be calling me up for tickets for Stevie Ray Vaughan. And I just, it's before we had social media. I go, why are you calling me now? There's never one time that you're on my Christmas card list. So I can only imagine that it's difficult. Levi?
Oh, I know exactly what you mean. It's funny. Funny how that works, but it's part of it.
With the outdoor season being what it is, and of course, Supercross takes up quite a bit of your time. And now when you got the combination of both for this special superior all-time championship, combining outdoor and indoor, is that on your mind at all at this point, or when you started the Supercross season, about how big this year is with the development of this new championship? Or is it just, hey, it could be another race for me or the team?
I mean, I'm definitely focused on outdoors now at this time in Supercross. So, I'm obviously nowhere near a championship spot or anything like that. So, the focus is just to get, some good results these last few rounds of Supercross and move forward into outdoors. I believe I should do well there. And, those last 3 rounds of Super Motocross haven't really, I'm not thinking too much about those. I'll just, I know I don't have to do anything else. Like if for some reason injury or something happened, I'm already qualified. So, it'll definitely be cool though to have those other races. And I know there's some money involved. So that's good for us racers.
You take car maintenance seriously and you want to pass on that legacy of care. Use Lucas Heavy Duty Oil Stabilizer to shield your engine from excessive heat, debris, and friction. Trust Lucas Oil. It works.
So you know the legend that is the LA Coliseum and Turnstile and what that means to old farts like me and Rick Johnson and McGrath and that whole gang. Rolling into the LA Coliseum, does that have any meaning to you, or is it just like, this is just an old dump that old dude used to run?
Well, for me, there's not much meaning, no, because I didn't grow up around that time. But I'm definitely looking forward to it because, heroes of the sport obviously raced in there. And, hopefully we go up in the stands like they used to and all that. So, I'm looking forward to it.
All right. We typically ask this of riders that roll here in the Freak Nation. And let's take all the wins away. All the wins away. I'm going to give you 3 riders and tell me who is your best rider. Take all the wins away from McGrath, Carmichael, or James Stewart. Who's your go-to guy for the best Supercross rider?
Like just the best one, hands down? Yeah. It's James Stewart.
Wow.
So many riders. Yep. There you go.
What is Levi Kitchen? What is it about James Stewart for Levi Kitchen?
Just at any time he could go faster than anybody, I would say. And those other 2 you listed obviously are insane, and they probably, technically had more success, I would say, on Supercross. But as far as speed and just technique and everything, and I would have to go with James Stewart.
And then one last one. Does Eli Tomac belong in that conversation?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, he's, I think he's definitely one of the greats now, and especially if he wraps up this championship this year, he needs to be on that list of those 4 guys for sure. And I think somebody like Villapoto should join that, and as well as somebody like Dungy.
They're perfect.
Yep.
Yeah, those guys all deserve to be on there.
Freak Nation, Levi Kitchen, of course, getting set for the outdoors, wrapping up the 250s Supercross season. Buddy, thanks for doing this, man, and kick some ass in the outdoor. And if Joe Bob wants those tickets in Washougal and used to beat his ass, just tell him to take a hike, all right?
Send your cat after them.
Yeah. I probably will.
Thanks, Levi.
Thank you, guys. Have a good one.
The biggest racing series in America is coming to your town. The Enjoy Illinois 300, presented by Ticket Smarter. Get your tickets now at WWTRaceway.com. Brought to you in part by the Office of Illinois Tourism and Illinois South Tourism.